Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for clicking on the video. I know that I have been kind of sporadic on here. I've been playing a lot of series and trying to finish them so I could do more of I played and ranked every game in X series, so you don't have to. So there will be some of those coming out as I finish them. But I did want to come on and talk about this, especially because it was supposed to release this month, on the 26th. And so I know that I'm late to like talking about it in general. But I don't know. I just been kind of having this idea bouncing around in my head that I wanted to talk about, in terms of this game and the other news that we've been getting lately in regards to like the Marvel's Avengers game that shut down, or the debacle that was Redfall, or even like the new Vampire the Masquerade game, the Battle Royale just got shut down too, and just kind of this idea of like the live service games as a whole. Um, and I know that maybe not all of those are considered live service. I know, like I don't want to get into like specifics, but they all feel the same to me. They they all feel very similar. They all feel like they're trying to do the same thing, which is get people playing this game for a long time, sell them stuff, and then kind of keep it supported for a while, in order to have that user base. Everybody is looking for that. They're wanting that, really dedicated user base, which, as we're finding out, and I think that more and more companies are finding out, that's super rare. Like, and that's really hard. Everybody feels like they're willing to release, like 5 games that fail in order to try to get like that one that, kind of hits. And they're just hoping that, against hope, that they'll, win the lottery and have some like Fortnite style game that they finally hit on. But anyways, yeah, like I said, this game was supposed to come out this month. It got delayed for a year because of really negative reaction to the showcase. I mean, they had dedicated this entire Sony showcase to this game because it was about to come out. Obviously, we have no idea if this is how the real game's going to look, because who knows these days. I mean, they can, just take one set piece and then put some gameplay on it and make it look like it's really good, and the whole rest of the game is a mess. But as far as we can tell, just by looking at this, we can assume that the game was essentially finished. It looks like everything's running really well. It looks like everything looks nice. It looks like it was them going on the showcase saying, "Hey, everybody, here's the game. Isn't it awesome? Get ready to purchase it." Until, of course, everything happened, and then everybody kind of said no. Um, so the main idea that I've been having in my head is that this was DC's answer to, and maybe this is not like a huge revelation. Maybe someone else has already talked about this. I don't know. I haven't heard it yet. But my idea is that this is was supposed to be DC's answer to Marvel's game. It's like a squad based game. It's got, um, team up for co-op to fight the bad guys. I don't know. It just felt like that's really a lot of what they were going for, which I think, to the majority of us who have played the Arkham games and know what Rocksteady's done, that was what felt like the biggest, slap in the face, was that this does not feel at all like what we have come to know and love from that studio. You're talking about Arkham games that would come out, and each one seemingly felt better than the last. I know people kind of felt a little bit divided on Arkham Knight. I really enjoyed Arkham Knight. I thought it was cool, even if, yeah, maybe the Batmobile was not as amazingly implemented as it could have been. I still thought the game as a whole was really fun. So, the state that the game is in right now, especially based on this, and I get this is why they delayed it, but like, it doesn't look like it can be fixed, and I don't think it can be fixed within a year. I mean, the new release date is February 2nd of 2024. When they announced that, it was like a month or so ago, so they have about a year to fix the game. But I don't know how you fix it, because obviously this game has been entirely created for being a third person squad based shooter, which is so weird to say. if you've played Rocksteady's other Batman games. So if we go to their site, they're still saying up front, like, nothing has changed. Obviously, look, the new uh release date is here, so this has been updated. But everything else is still the same. They're saying it's a genre-defying third-person action adventure shooter, which already makes, I think, everyone internally cringe. Who was wanting, I think we can all remember when they dropped the um little cinematic teaser, however many E3s ago that was. um and everyone was so excited, like, oh my gosh, I get to play Arkham just with the Suicide Squad. That's going to be crazy, and that'll be so fun. That's what I thought, at least. And that is absolutely not what this is turning into. And then, of course, right here, they're talking about, the outfits and gear and weapons. They're saying that you have to always be online in order to play. And they even go on to say that this is connected to the Arkham games. They said that players who are familiar with Batman Arkham series will see related narrative elements pop up in the game, which is, I understand, for like branding and marketing, they're going to want to do that because of how successful the Arkham games were. But in terms of like how completely different these games look, I don't really understand what they're thinking, and I honestly feel like that hurt them in the long run. And then, of course, they talk about battle passes and how it's cosmetic only, but like, of course, it's cosmetic only. Like, most of these things are cosmetic only, but you still want people buying it, which is why you require the always online, so that people can buy stuff whenever they feel like it, and there's absolutely no hindrance to that, but they absolutely must be online, so there's always the chance that they can purchase something. So, of course, just by looking at like the gameplay on this, like, we can see that, yeah, like, everything looks great. Like, the cinematics look great, the graphics look great, the animations look great. I don't know, but like, that's not a selling point to me anymore, and I don't feel like it should be a selling point to many people. Like, my friend always says, who's a lot smarter than me, he he says that, graphics are not a selling point to him anymore because everything should look good. If you're doing stylized graphics that are I guess cell shaded, or if you're doing more cartoony looking ones, or if you're doing like ones that look like paper, or just, really stylized to look like something different, that's when a graphical thing should be applauded. But in terms of like something looking photorealistic, I think we're kind of past that. The insane maneuverability that we're seeing too, the very like Apex style shooting, with the sliding and the flying around, and they've got like, I mean, don't we all remember how often Harley Quinn in the animated series would fly around on her jetpack? Um, it just feels so out of place. And of course, they're even throwing in very cringy Marvel humor, it seems like. I think that also rubbed people the wrong way, because DC has always been viewed as kind of the more, uh, I don't know, serious of the superhero things, which, I mean, I don't care either way. I think that humor can be fine, because, I mean, there were definitely some pretty funny, well written areas in the Arkham games. It just feels like maybe they're going a little bit overboard with this one. So yeah, I guess it's bothering me too. But I mean, it's hard to tell in just like a showcase. But I mean, like I said, the whole idea of how the maneuvering and the maneuverability and everything of these games is looking, it's making me wonder about how the story beats are going to go too. Because like, that was a great part of the Arkham series, was how the story kind of flowed. You'd have these like really awesome peaks of like just free flowing combat that was just like rush down, beat 'em up, and then you'd go from that over to like, it'd slow down, you'd get a call from Oracle. And I understand that a lot of this was because they were just trying to load in the next area, and so it was just kind of hiding load times, which is something that has to be kind of looked at differently in this generation of consoles, where you don't really have load times anymore. But I still feel like it was nice to kind of slow stuff down, gather some context, and then move into the next slower part, which is maybe like doing detective work, or maybe doing, I don't know, like a stealth mission, whatever. This all feels, and especially it feels like they're very much so pushing it to be frenetic, just never stop energy. Honestly, I got very similar vibes from when I was watching the Marvel Avengers showcase. Again, back at whatever E3 that was. Same deal. Super frenetic, just drop in tons of energy, go, 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 kill all the bad guys. Done with the mission, boot up, do it again. Um, and so that's why I'm thinking that this was kind of supposed to be like their answer to that. And it is not working out and people are not excited about it like I think they thought they would be. So let's just take a look real quick to just see how the like in-game currency even worked for the Marvel's Avengers, because I have a feeling that when this game comes out, we could see something similar. Remains to be seen. Who knows? But this is what I'll be looking for. So again, what they're talking about, microtransactions and Marvel's Avengers, are purely for cosmetic options. This is almost exactly the same wording that they were using on their website. Um, it is a loot-based game, color-coded by quality. I don't know if they're going to be doing this with like the common, uncommon, rare, legendary, and like look at some of these like legendary emotes will run you 1,000 credits. And so of course they try to tell you like how many that's kind of equates to in terms of like real world money. Um, and if you're triple checking the math in your head, it's $10 for a legendary emote and $15 for a legendary outfit. Um, and it's for stuff like this. Like she pulls a a big gulp out of somewhere and takes a slurp. $10. Like, this is real life. They use the really predatory tactic of where it's like, you reach the 3rd level of the Iron Man challenge card, you get 100 credits. The 11th level grants 200. Fully completing the Genius Billionaire Playboy Philanthropist challenge card gets you 1,300 credits. Guess what? It's just shy of what you'd need to buy a new legendary outfit. And I would venture to guess that they will not give you more because they want you to pay money in order to buy the new outfit. We have no idea if that's what's going to actually happen with the Suicide Squad game either, but I would not be shocked if it was along the same lines, because these are things that honestly we like expect to see in like free to play games, but these were full price games that you had to buy. Like both of them are going to be. It's insane to me. I mean, again, like I'm saying, we will see if that's what they end up doing and if it's even like that. But man, I don't know. I'm worried that they were just, as I said, my theory is that they're following the blueprint, and so I'm worried that that is exactly what they were gonna do. I think that the biggest thing that's gonna come out of this, honestly, is that people are gonna start looking back fondly, more fondly, on Gotham Knights. I think that that game was a disappointment when it came out. As we can see, 68 on Metacritic, 4.9 user score. And so, as we can see, a lot of the negative comments are from people talking about like the fighting style, how it feels, the mechanics, and they don't like a lot of the stuff that you could get straight away just being locked behind like skill points. I don't know. Maybe I just came on here to rant and be upset because I want this game to be better. And I don't think it's gonna be better. But also I do legitimately think that it's gonna make people look back a little bit more fondly on Gotham Knights. For all of its flaws. I haven't played it yet. Because of the reviews that it got when it came out, and I was thoroughly disappointed. And because the Arkham series was definitely one of my favorite series, so to hear it start to turn into this was kind of like soul crushing a little bit. And I'm not gonna lie, I now kind of want to go play Gotham Knights, and I want to see, and I get the feeling that a lot of people are gonna look back and go, you know, maybe this wasn't so bad. We still had the free flow combat, we still had melee fighting, we still had gadgets, and it didn't feel like a looter shooter Apex clone. So I don't know. Those are my thoughts on it. I don't know if you agree. I mean, look at these cosmetics. It hurts. Um, but I don't know if you guys agree. I don't know if I don't know what the point of this was. I don't even know if my thoughts were coherent. I'm just disappointed, and uh, I'm curious on February 2nd, or obviously before when they announce it, just to see what all they've changed. But I think the biggest disappointment for me and probably for all of us is that, as far as I understand, this is Kevin Conroy's very last voice acting gig as Batman, and this is what it's going to be in. And that might be the one that hurts the most of all, because if it had been, like a great last Batman game to send him off, like an Arkham, imagine an Arkham Knight, like a Batman Beyond style where we got old Batman and Kevin Conroy was, reprising his role in that series, uh that would have been really cool. But instead we get Suicide Squad, Apex Legends. So anyways, uh thanks guys for watching. If you want to keep up with stuff like this, I don't know, I just kind of shout into the void about things I want to talk about in regards to gaming. Make sure and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment. I would love to hear what you think about all this. A subscription is never expected but always appreciated. If you want to follow me on any of my socials, they're down below in the description. And I did just put out an EP of 5 of my favorite Final Fantasy 1 songs remixed into some different genres. So if you'd like to listen to that, that'll also be down there. And I have more coming out as well. This one was called The Earth Crystal. And then we've also got, the Water Crystal, Fire Crystal all coming out. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.